Hi there folks, today I will talk about a little bit about this tiny little plant here, which besides being very expensive is also a gift to me by a friend. It's a Pandora variety sweet chestnut. It's supposed to be a Chinese hybrid, so it must be more resilient to our conditions and not so picky about soil. This place where I'm now digging to plant it, 2 years ago it hosted another sweet chestnut, but it was a seedling, so the soil was amended and it's certainly way softer and more friable than the general soil in the garden. But this seedling did not survive, and now I want to plant the new one here. It's at the edge of the property, but it's a very nice spot because in the first couple of years it can grow a little bit secluded, not get too much sun. It's also in the lower part of the property, which means that it will be getting more moisture, but also it's next to the drainage, the French drain ditch which we have here, which means that all of the excessive moisture which would eventually have with snow melt and high rain events, it will be easily taken away and it will grow nicely, I'm hoping. It's also here next to other plants and other trees, other species, and I know that the trees work in cooperation. We have here the wild sour cherries growing and also some black locust and other pioneer plants. This was the original root ball of the seedling, which was also gifted to me. You can see that it's completely rotten, it's falling apart, and it still keeps the original pieces of perlite which my buddy put in the soil, which in this case I'm not sure that it helped. The soil is very moist here. We had rain yesterday and the days before, so without disturbing this soil much, I'll just plant the whole thing, and then I'll use some of the strawberries which I showed you previously, wild strawberries, for ground cover, because I want the ground here to be less of the grasses which we have and more of the perennial, potentially fruit-bearing plants such as the wild strawberries. They're also medicinal. So the root ball now of this plant is easily 20 centimeters down, and the strawberries roots are not as deep, so there won't be any competition between those. Another thing is that up here I have a germinated oak tree from seed, and you can say that those two giants can coexist, but 10 or 20 years time is a very long time, and I'm not sure that it will be in my lifetime before they go into competition. The strawberries, I'm usually very blunt with them. I just stick them in the soil and press very firmly, especially in more friable soils. The pinch which I just did, the pinch test, is you use only 2 fingers to grab one of the leaves, and if you're able to pull the plant out, it's not properly planted. You have to tear a piece of the leaf and not have the root system go outside of the soil. So usually this means they just press the soil more firmly around the root ball of the wild strawberries. I usually apply straw mulch, and I would do so in that case, but I want to monitor this root ball here and see how it performs, and also be able to weed a bit for the wild strawberries to settle better. So I'll be leaving this bare for now, and I'll be coming to reapply mulch in a couple of weeks and maybe plant some more strawberries if they don't root nicely. That was all for today. Peculiarly enough, I won't be watering this in because the soil is very moist, and our clay soil can take lots and lots of water, and the hazelnut, the chestnut, did I say hazel in the old video? It's a sweet chestnut, but the sweet chestnut tree does not like excessive moisture to the roots, so it's already pretty moist, and we're forecasted for rain in 3 days, so it will be properly watered. I have no doubts of that. You can see that it already has some lovely new growth and a second bud appearing. The fact that it's missing the main growing tip, and then the second main growing tip is not optimal, but let's see how that develops. See you in the next one, folks.